Hello, and welcome back to a chapter a day. It is Friday, yay, January 26th. And so we are going to be reading chapter 26 of Genesis. Genesis is a long book. It's almost taken up the whole month, and I know we won't be finished by the end of the month either, but that's okay. A chapter a day, that's all we will do. So, to recap chapter 25. Abraham took another wife after his wife Sarah died, and her name was Keturah. And she bore him a number of sons and daughters, I believe, out of one which was, Midian. That's a name that we may come upon, the Midianites, and a lot of others that we may hear mentioned again. But Midian was the one I recognized. And he blessed Isaac with all his abundance that he had. But the sons of the concubines, which I didn't know he had, which I guess maybe was just a custom of the day, he gave them gifts and sent them away, very much like he did with Ishmael. And Abraham was 175 years old. That's how old he was. And then he died. And his son Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the same cave in Machpelah where Abraham had buried Sarah. And Isaac married Rebekah, which I believe was his uncle's daughter, which makes her his cousin, I believe. And they were unable to have children. So it seems so much like the story of Abraham and Sarah was repeating itself in Isaac and his wife. And Isaac prayed for her, and the Lord opened her womb, and she conceived twins, and she could feel them struggling inside of her. And she asked God, what was the meaning of this? And God explained to her that she would be having twins. The younger one would rule the older one. And when they were born, the first one was Esau. He was hairy. And then the second one was Jacob, and he was holding the heel of Esau. Interesting, isn't it? Even in birth, children give a clue as to maybe what they will be in later years. We just don't pay attention, I guess. And the boys, they grew, and Esau, of course, was the hunter, and Jacob was more a man who dwelt in the fields, in tents. So there was one day, and of course we have the problem of preferences, favoritism in families, which I never agree with. Esau is loved more by his dad, Isaac, and Jacob is loved more by his mother, Rebekah. But one day Jacob was sodding pottage. I guess he was cooking something. And I believe they always say it was lentils. I'm not sure where that came from, but let's see. Yeah, it says Esau came from the field, and he was so hungry. He told Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with some of that red pottage. And that's why I believe they said his name is also called Edom, whatever that means. So Jacob kind of bargained with him, and I'm not sure why he did that, but Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. So in order for him to get the pottage, which I heard is supposed to be lentil stew. Oh, it does say lentils down at the last verse. Verse 34 says, a pottage of lentils. He sold his birthright. Now, I'm not sure. I've never heard anyone explain what the birthright is, but in my own reasoning, I'm thinking it is the right to be called the firstborn. Because really, he was not the firstborn. Esau came out first, but he was holding Esau's heel. But I am not sure if that was what the birthright was, but he sold it to him or exchanged it for the pot of lentils. And Esau said, what good is my birthright if I'm about to die from hunger? So they said Esau despised his birthright, yeah, and Jacob got it from him, whatever it was. I guess it was of importance to Jacob, so that he was able to bargain with Esau. A pot of lentils for your birthright. And that's what happened between the two brothers so far. So let's read chapter 26 and see what takes place now. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him of his wife. And he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place shall kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety, sure she is thy wife. And how sayest thou, She is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lain with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Then Isaac sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forth, and grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks, and possession of herds, and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham, his father, the Philistines had stopped them, and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well, and strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father, fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing you hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee. that thou wilt do us no hurt, and we have not touched thee, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to him Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bathshemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. And that is the end of the reading of chapter 26. Thank you all for viewing and listening again. Please feel free to send me any comments or questions, and I will address them. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.